Welcome, boys. Let's talk about generally relationship uh, mindset and things that you need to think about in a relationship when you are in a relationship. And this entire notion of how a man should be the bread earner and he should be responsible for everything. That is a patriarchal mindset, right? And he should be the provider, he should be the protector, no matter how he feels or what he believes in. And if he is in a lesser position in the relationship and his partner is earning more than him, then that is not a suitable relationship, or that is not a suitable relationship for eventually taking it to marriage, right? That is the general notion of the society. Let's look into this video and see what Paresh Rawal has to say about this, right? Take the video.
लड़की ज़्यादा सक्सेसफुल है और लड़का रिलेशनशिप में नहीं है तो वो रिलेशनशिप ज़्यादा दिन तक चल नहीं सकता क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली वो पावर बैटल आ जाएगी बीच में and लड़की रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करेगी लड़के को। डू यू थिंक ऐसा होता है?
ये प्रिज्म से आप देखेंगे तो मेरी कहानी में तो सब कुछ ही उल्टा होना चाहिए। वो कैथीड्रल की लड़की थी, मैं पार्ला का मिडिल क्लास का बंदा था। शी वाज मिस इंडिया, मैं मिस्टर भाईदास भी नहीं था। और वो पहले स्टार थी, तब मैं फिल्म में आया भी नहीं था। वो पहले पैसे कमाती थी, मैंने उतना देखा भी नहीं था और मैं उससे पैसे लेके जाता था। सच बोलता हूँ यार, कभी कभी मुझे बहुत डिसबिलीफ लगती है यार।
लड़की ज़्यादा सक्सेसफुल है और लड़का
Right? So you got the clip, you got the point. First of all, when you're in a relationship, you get into a relationship, of course, after seeing status, after seeing uh, color of the skin, after seeing the height of the person, after seeing the financial background of the person, right? That these are factors that have been addressed when you get into a relationship for the first time. But more than that, these are precautions. Like these are lists that one follows when they get into a relationship, because these are preferences. However, love does not work that way. If you do genuinely love somebody, you do not look for lists. You do not look for what they are offering you. You do not look for how they may be beneficial to your life, right? When you do eventually fall in love, I'm addressing the people who probably are not in a relationship yet, or have not found somebody that they do genuinely love, or are in a loveless relationship. I'm addressing you guys. When you do, and I'm telling this from experience as well, when you do love somebody, you love somebody because of who they are. It's not about companionship, it's not about compatibility, it's not about height difference, it's not about skin color, it's not about financial background, it's not about family background, it's not even about caste or religion, right? It's about how you feel thinking about that person, right? That's what love is. But when you eventually start being with somebody, you start having hindrances in your life, because things never go smoothly. It's a two-person thing. Both of you are in a relationship. So one person has some baggages, the other person has some baggages, one person has some demands, the other person has some demands. How you take this relationship forward is primarily about how you communicate, first of all. If you have your baselines sorted, if you have your communication on point, you understand the other person way better and what they mean for you and how they want to build this relationship with you. That gets way more important. And that's the factor when, like, you are in like 4 or 5 months into the relationship and you start having conversations. This is the period when it probably is the hardest for both of you, because things that are comfortable for the other person may not be comfortable for you. Things that are comfortable for you may not be comfortable for the other person. Things that are a boundary for the other person may not be a boundary for you, and things that are a boundary for you may not be a boundary for the other person, right? So there is a lot of jealousy, there is a lot of uh, how you say controlling your partner, there is a lot of these things. But once you get over this period and you understand that it's both of you against the world, it's both of you against everything that comes on your way, you start realizing that none of it matters. None of this jealousy factor matters. None of this boundary factors matter, as long as both of you have a basic understanding of what both of you need and what are both of your uh, limits in the relationship, and the other person should not cross those limits. It gets fine and it gets beautiful, because From that point onwards, you start figuring out life together, right? At that point, from that point onwards, there are going to be a lot of ups and downs. There is going financial वाले पे ही आता है. There is going to be a lot of getting a job, losing a job, being financially dependent to your parents, not being financially dependent to your parents, so that you have to take your own responsibility and your own bills, and maybe you have to take care of both of you guys financially at some point because the other person is not working or the other person is in between jobs. So a lot of these times and phases come in a relationship. But once you are both mentally strong enough to understand that this is a two-person project, and the money that this person earns, the money that this person earns, collect, and it becomes your money. Apart from the bills, apart from the responsibilities, apart from the duties that you all, both of you have to figure out through your life, the money that is left is for both of you, right? So if somebody is earning at a phase and the other person is not, whatever the first person is earning is a collective amount, right? That does not mean you go ahead and spend it on your own luxuries. No, that means this is your time to recalibrate and understand that this person will stay with me for the rest of my life because this person did not leave me when I was out of financial independence, right? So both of you need to understand that, and when both of you start earning, this is the point where you collectively uh, pool your money and live by it. Nothing of this sort is important that एक बंदे का पैसा है तो वो बंदे का पैसा है, अगर वो बंदे का पैसा है तो उस पर मुझे डिपेंडेंट रहना पड़ेगा इसलिए आई हैव नो से इन दिस रिलेशनशिप. None of all of it is bullshit, and that's exactly how this concept of patriarchy has been uh, pushing you all down, both men and women, right? So both of you need to earn 100%. Both of you need to be financially independent on your own regards 100%. But there will come phases where probably either of you or neither of you has any money at that point. So you all have to figure out life with each other, not against each other or asserting dominance on each other, right? That's all I had to say. मिलता है अगले वीडियो में.